Welcome to SHHA, the Sound Healers Association, founded by Jonathan Goldman in 1982, bringing education and awareness of the use of sound and music for healing and transformation. SHHA features presentations by founding pioneers in the modern sound healing field, and we have a sound healing directory allowing you to list your work or find practitioners and teachers. There's a monthly online meeting, a blog, a vast resource of articles, and much more. SHHA, the Sound Healers Association, is dedicated to bringing harmony to the world of sound.
Okay, here we go, and we're jumping in now. And again, I'm Steve Farrell with Humanities Team. I'm here in Boulder, Colorado. I live near my dear friend Jonathan Goldman and his wife Andi, and it's my pleasure to be here just to introduce Jonathan and Andi as this program starts. So, and of course, this is a sound satsang, and it's a monthly program now that Humanities Team is really grateful to be producing each and every month with Jonathan and Andi. So thanks for being with us. I think you're going to have a fantastic time. Let me just want to read a brief introduction here as we get started. So Jonathan and Andi Goldman are a powerful pair in the world of conscious living and sound healing. Jonathan is an internationally recognized authority, pioneer, and author in sound healing. Andi is a licensed psychotherapist who utilizes holistic treatment and sound healing. Both are highly respected leaders in the sound healing and spiritual music community. Andi and Jonathan have co-written 2 books together, Chakra Frequencies and The Humming Effect. And again, I'll just share, when we came out a moment ago, Jonathan and I were sharing that sound healing is really taking off as it should, because it is, as we're creating conscious living in the world, sound healing is a big role. It's an incredibly useful device. And you're looking at the man here, Jonathan Goldman, who got this whole thing started, was called to it at an early age, and hooray, thank God he was, because look where sound healing is today. And my pleasure, Jonathan, to turn this over to you.
What a blessing. Here we are, I think. And I am Jonathan Goldman. I want to welcome you all. And this is my beloved
Andi Goldman, and we are delighted that you are all with us tonight for our Sound Satsang. And Happy New Year to everyone. This is our first Sound Satsang of the new year. So happy 2024, everyone.
Totally. It's really wonderful to have everyone here. It's such a blessing to be starting this new year with this group. Andi and I so much look forward to these monthly co-creations with you all. So thank you for being here.
Oh, and the beautiful opportunity for us to share. And tonight I'd like to give a bit of an overview of what we are going to cover. Our main topic tonight is going to be talking about World Sound Healing Day. And we decided that we would delve into this topic because we are coming up. It's happening in just a couple of weeks, and it is our 22nd year to be hosting the World Sound Healing Day. And we thought we would talk about it tonight and maybe share a little bit of the history. And so that'll be our major focus. And also, we have got a wonderful video with the Heart of Wisdom Sutra, the Heart Sutra, that we are going to have a meditation interlude so we can really tune in to that beautiful mantra. And after that, I'll be doing a brief assessment of what's happening astrologically on our planet. And we will have our guided global sound healing meditation after that.
We're doing a global that was actually specially created for the November Sound Satsang, and it's really charged. So we're going to be doing, if you like, a little bit of a a mini World Sound Healing Day. In fact, all of these sound satsangs are, if you like, mini World Sound Healing Days, because we take the opportunity of devoting at least a portion of it to projecting intentionalized sound for personal and planetary healing. And the question is, how did that come about? But first of all, once again, we want to thank you so very much for being part of this ever-growing consciousness, interested not only in sound as a healing modality for our personal evolution and development, but also to assist the vibrational level of our planet, the beloved Gaia Matrix, Mother Earth.
And a special thank you to Humanity's team for hosting us. And we are so appreciative. And of course, the Sound Healers Association and Healing Sounds. So I think we're ready to jump in, Jonathan. And I'd like to.
Where do we begin?
We start at the very beginning.
Okay, yeah.
And this was something that we started 22 years ago.
23, because
Right.
it took us a year
That's
to
right,
get
that's
it
right.
together. So 23 years ago, kids, probably around 2001, is when Andi and I were coming out of a deep meditation and were guided to basically do something we'd never done before, at least never done consciously. And this inner voice was basically, okay, you've been spending a whole lot of time helping bring sound as a personal healing modality to the planet. A lot of people are really getting that sound can heal. And now we want you to include using sound for planetary healing. And we thought, wow, great idea. And then transmission got cut off.
And so at that point, we really had to go, okay, what are we going to do for a global, bringing sound on a global healing level? And so we kind of went back and forth, and we thought the first thing we'd like to do was choose a day, one day
Right.
that we would dedicate to absolutely, with our sound, sending healing and love and peace to Mother Earth. And so we thought, well, what about February 14th? Because that's Valentine's Day, and there's certainly a lot of positive, loving energy that is just by nature because it's Valentine's Day. And then we can add our sound to that beautiful field.
Right.
And that's how we came up with.
And this is making me remember that Valentine's Day is also the anniversary of the Sound Healers Association. And I think it may have been founded in 1980, so this would bring it to being the 44th. Not sure about the numbers, kids, but something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Valentine's Day, because it's a day when, indeed, because we thought, okay, so we want to do a day when we can project, if you like, in an intentionalized sound, if you like, sonic Valentine to the Gaia Matrix, or Mother Earth. And then the question is, okay, first and foremost, how are we going to do this? And at the time, the internet was just evolving to a point now where people were beginning to do sort of, live events all over the planet. And we became aware that the internet was, if you like, the neural net of the planet, the global mind of the planet, and that we needed to somehow activate the global heart of the planet. The question was, how do you do that? And the answer was really relatively simple, because in a lot of the different ancient sacred traditions, the connecting link between the mind and the heart is sound. Mind, heart, sound. So I said, okay, so we're going to do a sound on this day. What sound are we going to do?
So we decided that we would sound forth with the ah sound, because that is certainly the sound that activates the heart chakra, and that it is that loving energy of when we are in love, or we see something beautiful. It's
found in all the different gods and goddess names: Tara, Buddha, Krishna, just, Ma, Pa, Ha. Yeah. It's a really, great sound for that.
And so we chose the ah sound, and then we thought, okay, let's find a time
Right.
that we could put it, put out the message to everyone. Let's go for New York Eastern time at 12 o'clock noon.
Right.
And let's even just stop for 5 minutes and sound forth with the ah sound with the intention of sending healing to Mother Earth. And that was the very, very
Well, I
beginning.
mean, we did that for quite a while. And in fact, I remember one time as a live event, we rented out this one place in Boulder, and we had so many different people who would, and we kept the going for about 12 hours. And it was probably a wonderful vibrational thing, although it was a little bit exhausting. But as we continued to grow and work, then the phenomena really, particularly a few years ago, occurred where there were going to be less live meetings and group endeavors and a lot more internet things. And we thought, okay, sound healing was really growing, and different instruments, particularly Tibetan bowls, crystal bowls, tuning forks, all sorts of things were really coming out of them. Wait, what if we just expanded World Sound Healing Day so it was a really all-inclusive thing, that any sound, as long as it was created with the intention, the energy of love, high vibration, gratefulness, appreciation, gratitude, compassion, any sound that was created with that energy form could qualify. And indeed, that has now happened, where we created on the World Sound Healing Day website an events portal where you can go up there and see, just ultimately by World Sound Healing Day, there'll probably be hundreds of different events from dozens of different countries throughout the world, which is an incredible blessing.
Well, and through the many years that we've been doing this, we have gone through many iterations of, starting out with the ah sound and doing it at 12 o'clock noon, and then extending it throughout, all the time zones. Right. And so now, whatever sound, whether it's poetry, whether it's jazz, whether it's meditation, guided meditations, whatever it is, when we are working with intention. And of course, frequency plus intent equals healing. And so doing this on a global level for what we call global harmonization.
Global harmonization, yeah.
That is sort of where we have ended up. And of course, now we literally have people throughout
the planet, right?
Thousands, tens of thousands at this point in time, who are either, facilitating a group themselves or participating in a group. But we'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. Mm-hmm. But let's get more back into the history here, honey.
Well, I mean, bottom line, what's the purpose? And as Andi said, purpose is global harmonization. Well, what does that mean?
Well, Jonathan, it's interesting because there is a Kabbalistic term called Tikkun Olam.
Tikkun Olam.
Right. Olam, and it is really literally means repairing the world. And we really felt that, with World Sound Healing Day, this is a way that we could contribute to really healing.
Right, repairing a lot of the damage on a level, just as an overall gestalt. I really have gotten that, if somehow this is so important, we're creating like a vibration, a global vibration that's literally going to ring out through the planet through a symphony of consciousness. And this symphony of consciousness has the ability of literally just smoothing down the edges of, shall we say, some of the toxic environments that are available right now, particularly in emotional environments, and maybe just transforming the scream of war and turning it into the cry of love, turning it into the cry of love, just really, which is just a transformational phenomena. And I think it's so important. I know that we can do it through our sound in this manner.
And also what I want to mention about World Sound Healing Day is that it is an opportunity for every single person on our planet, really, who, if they knew about it, could sound forth with the intention of healing. But it's a co-creative day, and it's a part, everyone gets to participate. And we simply hold the field. And of course, we participate ourselves, but it's really so much up to you to
Totally.
participate in whatever way you would like. And I know we even have Dr. Roger Nelson,
Right.
who is
right.
going to be watching the
Well, the numbers. Let's talk about that for just a second, because
Yeah.
here's this thing. So there are a number of ways now, since World Sound Healing Day began, we became aware of a number of different ways that data can be basically gotten through events such as World Sound Healing Day. And one of them is called the Global Consciousness Project, out of Princeton, New Jersey, originally. And once again, we've talked about this a little bit, but they've taken random number generators. These are computers that just generate zeros and ones, so that it's a little bit like flipping a coin. You flip a coin 100 times, and 50 times you get heads, 50 times you get tails. And with the random number generators, you get, out of 150 zeros and 50 ones. Except when the random number generators, these computers, are near events of high compassion. And when they are in the events of high compassion, all of a sudden, if it was an equal number of 50 zeros and 50 ones, you'd have a straight line. But because the events of high compassion somehow cause these numbers, and they don't know why, to become less random, they can literally be graphed, and they look sometimes like Mount Everest if there's some sort of potent activity going on. So this is just one more indication, if you like, of the quantum level of the sound and consciousness that we are working with at this level of our evolution. And my friends, I think it's so very, very important that we indeed do this.
Well, and Jonathan, it doesn't really take that many
No.
people to actually raise the consciousness. And I know there is such a thing as the Maharishi effect. And that is certainly where the square root of 1% of the population, if they are in the same focus, there will be a shift.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's pretty interesting. It's been speculated. We've talked about this before too, because it's really important to realize that you can have a small number of people with a pretty high consciousness, and they can help create balance on a planet. In fact, very, very recently, we heard the number that one pretty evolved person who was able to work with the quantum nature of reality could offset the imbalances caused by 7 million people who were resonating in fear. That's how powerful the energy of love and compassion is. And, other people have speculated that in order to create this, if you like, balancing effect, the square root of 1% of the population, which is about altogether on the planet, it's around 8,000 or 9,000 people, which is not much. So once again, it's not the number, it's the consciousness that we're encoding.
Absolutely. And, I know that probably those of you who are listening now are probably going, well, I'd love to really participate, but how do I participate in World Sound Healing Day? And I just want to mention that our websites, worldsoundhealingday.org, we have lots of information, and we also have our portal that you can go to, and you can kind of peruse and see what people have posted, and you can decide, well, gee, I'd like to facilitate a group myself, and you can then post something on the portal. Maybe you live in a community where you'd like to gather in person your cohorts and facilitate a group. That definitely, and of course, then you can post that so that people in your area know that you are doing this group.
Right.
So
I was just getting, it's not a talent show.
no, it's definitely not a talent show, and it's a heart-centered, contributing opportunity for people to participate with their own sound in whatever way is appropriate for them. And I know, Jonathan, at this point in time, after 22 years, literally we have probably at least 90 to 100 different countries that are represented on World Sound Healing Day. And of course, all the people, it's really neat because when you think about it, this whole day, it's like this rippling effect, this ringing of sound going literally around
the planet and resonating the planet.
And thinking about, people holding the intention of healing. We can heal the waters, we can heal the lands, we can heal all sentient beings with our intention and with our sound.
And most that intention, of course, is love, compassion, kindness. And speaking of that, we have a very special, every month, if I have the opportunity, I create a special video and recording. Sometimes I've created a brand new recording. This one is a very, very special recording called The Heart of Perfect Wisdom.
And we're going to be, in a moment, we're going to be listening to this recording. And we do want to talk a little bit about that because it is our meditation interlude so that, we can really tune in with our own vibration to, of course, we're going to be hearing the Heart Sutra, and the mantra is Gate Gate Para Gate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha. And that's what we're going to be hearing. Jonathan is going to be chanting this in the...
Well, I'll be singing this. And I mean, here's the thing. This mantra is said to help awaken higher consciousness in those who hear it. Of all the teachings of the Buddha, one of the most important is the Heart of Wisdom Sutra. And these teachings have extended through thousands of verses, literally thousands of verses, the Heart of Wisdom Sutra, but also have been condensed into the single syllable, ah. So that's one of the reasons it summarizes.
Yeah, and we thought, well, this would be a great meditation interlude because we've been talking about World Sound Healing Day, and hopefully people will join us for World Sound Healing Day, but now focusing on the Heart Sutra. And I do want to say that Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha actually,
what's that mean?
Literally translates as gone beyond the beyond, into enlightenment, into the awakened one.
Nice, yes. And the Heart Sutra itself tells us that form is no other than emptiness, and emptiness is no other than form. So these words and their meaning embody the essence of our inability to define reality in cogent terms. And I like to think of it as literally encompassing not only the idea of emptiness, but the idea of oneness. As we begin to understand oneness, the absolute, if you like, divisions between black and white, or here and there, they both occur. We are one, and it's really the quintessential mantra that is quantum in nature.
Mm-hmm.
And the words Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisvaha, if you like, are sonic encodements to, if you like, unleash enlightenment to us. So with that in mind, we're just going to say that have a nice time, listen to this. If you like, close your eyes or travel on it, and then we'll be back in about 5 minutes. But this is the Heart Sutra. Enjoy it.
back.
Hello, everyone. And I trust you enjoyed that. That's a, the Heart Sutra is a wonderful mantra. And perhaps sometime we'll devote an entire sound satsang to that. But we just want you to resonate with that. And we trust a number of you feel just very relaxed and perhaps a little bit enlightened.
Right, because it is said that even listening to the Heart Sutra can bring you to enlightenment. So,
Andy, it is time to find out what is going on in the galaxy and the cosmos, because I know some stuff is going on, my dear. And
well, I would love to do just a brief astrological assessment on what is happening in this. In the heavens
in this quadrant of the universe,
right at this point in time. And I think that most astrologers will agree or have agreed that this year 2024 is really a very fast-paced year. It is going to be a transitional year with a paradigm shift that I'll be talking about in just a moment. But I want to mention that starting on January 27th, which is Saturday, just a few days from now, all the way through to April 1st, all of the planets are going to be in direct motion.
No retrogrades?
No retrogrades during those months, those weeks. And it is a great, there's forward movement, and it's a great time for progress to happen. And so sort of knowing ahead of time that, that all the planets are in direct motion, whatever we might be working on personally, we can really ride the crest of this wave of movement and momentum. So I wanted to mention that as a beginning place,
nice,
because
yes.
That's, I was very happy when I saw that. The other thing that I want to talk about, and that is something that happened just a few days ago on January 20th and January 21st. Now, what happened on those 2 days is a huge, huge, huge big deal in astrology, because the planet Pluto left the sign of Capricorn, where it has been since 2008, and it entered the sign of Aquarius, which it will be until the year 2044. So we have really come to the end of an era with the Capricorn, with the Pluto and Capricorn energy. And we are starting a whole new era. It's a whole different reality with Pluto in the sign of Aquarius. Now,
is this the beginning of the age of Aquarius?
I would have to go for that, because it's been dawning for a long time, and I think we're into it now, as of just a few days ago. And it's interesting because the sun was right with Pluto making these transitions. And so that sun, which illuminates our planet, is really illuminating this new era of Aquarius, and letting go of the era of Capricorn. And it really is a monumental collective shift. It's a generational shift that is happening. And when Pluto changes signs, it represents a paradigm shift, both personally and for all of humanity. And when I was doing my research for the program tonight, I realized I came across the last time that Pluto left Capricorn and went into Aquarius was actually in the late 1700s, 1772, 73, around in there, which was around the time of the American Revolution and also the French Revolution. So I think that we can definitely prepare for lots of
interesting shifts and changes.
Actually, yeah. And of course, the planet Pluto is the planet of transformation
Mm,
and change, death and rebirth. And in a sense, Pluto in Aquarius really will set us free. There can be unexpected changes that can end up being quantum leaps for humanity. So this new shift that we are now in could really bring forth very, very definite changes for sure.
nice.
And
Do you think we might be able to see beyond the veil, so to speak, the things that have sort of been hidden and secret to us might be revealed
well,
somewhat?
that is certainly a possibility because Pluto in Aquarius does represent truth and power, and that which has been hidden, which can no longer hide.
Wow.
And so we may be finding that secrets are going to be coming out, revelations are going to be coming out, deep truths. So I think that it's a very interesting time astrologically that we are in. And we do wanted to talk about Aquarius for just a moment. And that it's an air sign. So we're really more focused on ideas. You know, Capricorn and Pluto with structure and top-down authority. Now we're moving into Aquarius, which is altruistic, innovative. There's idealism, visionary, activism, futuristic. So we are really coming into a very, very, very exciting time, I would have to say. And certainly Pluto in Aquarius will liberate us and help us to break out of the old structures that we've been in and that are no longer serving us. So the Pluto in Capricorn energy, we are just saying goodbye to that and opening up to freedom loving and yes.
Yes. Freedom loving transformational experiences.
Absolutely. So I think what we can do is just remember to tune into the stars because they have a lot of information for us. And so hopefully this has been helpful just to sort of set the tone for this new year that we have started into.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And to continue with the new year, we're going to be doing our global guided sonic meditation, working with the ah sound, because that's the sound that we use for World Sound Healing Day. And I'm just going to say that this ah sound first really manifested as the ah sound version 2.0 when we did our November Sound Satsang. This was one that was encoded a little bit with the divine name, and it's really supercharged. So we're going to be listening to this. We're going to be sounding along with this. Andi is going to be guiding us in a heart-brain coherence exercise. So our heart and our brain are basically resonating together in the field that we create is going to be just much more powerful. And then we're going to amplify it even further through our sound, working with the ah sound. And we're going to be focusing this for both personal and planetary healing. But really, now you all remember to sound along with us.
Yes.
You will be able to feel, we'll be able to feel literally the field. We are feeding the field of our planet right now and forever. Whenever anybody watches this or listens to this, and a lot of people do, they're going to be able to join in. So we're creating a matrix. So let the matrix, if you like, begin. And we'll be here, Andi.
Yeah, well, before that, I just want to mention that as we are toning along with the sound, when we get to that part of the meditation, stay in your comfort zone. And louder is not better, and don't just strain, but it's usually around the conversational voice, but to tone along with us. And I'll be guiding you through the heart-brain coherence, which will happen when we are focused on positive energy, which I'll help us get to.
Right. Remember, it's not a talent show. It is a time that you can connect with the divine through your sound. to help yourself and help our planet. Thank you. Shall we go? Jim, would you run it, sir, please? Thank you.
The purpose for this meditation is to project a sound encoded with the energies of light and love and project healing to the Gaia Matrix, our beloved planet Earth. We will first create coherence between our heart and our brain. This effect will further be amplified by the power of the sound "ah" that you will be toning along with later, bringing more light and love into your body, mind, and spirit for health and wellness. And now, begin to focus on your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Slowly breathing in and out. And as you're breathing in and out, imagine or visualize that you're breathing in and out through your heart. As you're breathing in and out through the area of your heart, remembering that it is love that breathes each breath, and it is love that causes each beat of our heart. Continue breathing slowly, breathing in and out in this manner. And now, I'd like you to call to mind something that has brought you a great deal of appreciation, gratitude, something that you are feeling very good about. This might be an experience with another person. Perhaps it's a beautiful sunset. It may be a beloved pet, a spouse. But it is something that has brought you loving kindness and gratitude and appreciation. And as you're breathing in and out through your heart, feeling this appreciation, feeling this gratitude, you're creating a beautiful coherence between your heart and your brain. And your heart, through this coherence, is expanding, getting larger and larger, and connecting with all the heart and loving energy on our planet in this moment. This is just a wonderful way of creating a very powerful heart activation, and you'll be amplifying this with the sound "ah." Continue breathing slowly and deeply while feeling appreciation and gratitude, and imagining your breath going in and out through your heart. Now, visualize this energy and begin to sense a radiant light around you that is permeating every cell of your body and resonating your heart chakra. In a moment, we'll begin to gently sound forth with the "ah" sound together. And as you do this, visualize the planet Earth as a holographic image floating in front of you. Imagine bathing the Earth in a healing field of light and love that you are creating through your sacred sound. Now, let us begin to make the heart sound "ah" together, bringing the energy of global harmonization, peace and healing to our beloved planet, Earth. One last time. Now, being in silence, visualizing all the light and love through sound that you have manifested, resonating and bringing to Earth and yourself to a deep state of healing. And when you feel ready, open your eyes and know that you have contributed to personal and planetary healing.
Hello, and we are back again. It's so sweet. That was really. And thank you all for co-creating that. I felt that in a really big way, and I trust that many of you did too.
We invite you to come to World Sound Healing Day on February 14th. And, you know, once you start sounding, you just don't want to stop.
No, and we're doing once again a special one in conjunction with Humanities team. So mark your calendars for 9:30 a.m. Mountain Time, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. So we're actually going to be doing something with Steve Farrell, and at 12 o'clock we'll be all toning the ah sound. Hopefully going to have a whole bunch of people, plus with all the different experiences and activities on the World Sound Healing Day events portal. There can never be just too much sacred sound on the planet, and it's what a blessing that we have been, if like, enabled to do this all together, and perhaps we can indeed make a change.
And of course, do join us for our satsang next month. We will still have a satsang, even though we have got World Sound Healing Day, which will be, you know, definitely sounding
February 14th,
yeah.
Right? That's a Wednesday, and then a Wednesday after
that we will have our satsang, and our topic for next satsang is going to be compassionate understanding. And that's a phrase or a term that we use a lot, because we really feel that understanding all people is key to shifting and changing our consciousness, basically.
And so more of that next time, and that'll be February 21st at 7 p.m. So it's a Wednesday. We're shifting over to Wednesday night for that one. And I want to also invite you, if you have any comments or thoughts or anything like that, write them to us at info@healingsounds.com. If you got any suggestions, thoughts, things that you think we could do that would better facilitate you and your work and your need, please just know that we are here to assist the planetary evolution using our light and our love and our sound.
And of course, grateful to Humanities team and also the Sound Healers Association. And Nasiri Suzanne, thank you, is our director of the Sound Healers Association. And it is a great place for networking. It's a great place to let people know about your work. And if you want to become a member, you can definitely do that very easily through soundhealersassociation.org. And
come visit us at healingsounds.com. And we want to thank Jim for doing such a wondrous job as the, shall we say, man behind the curtain.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Jim.
Great.
And thank you everyone who is here. Next month, Sound Satsang is going to be wonderful. Next month, World Sound Healing Day is a globally planetary shifting event. So thank you for taking part in that. And I guess we'll just end with our normal sort of, what is it called, a byline or whatnot, with our light, our love, and our sound. We can make a difference.
We heal the planet.
We heal ourselves.
We heal ourselves.
And we heal our planet. Thank you. Please join us again and keep lots of light and love through sound in your life for this next month and this time. Be well. Blessings.
And many blessings of love and light through sound to all of you. Thank you so much.
See you later.
Until next time.